Welcome to Charter Local Edition. I'm Tracy Young. In 2010, it was reported that an estimated 10,000 rape kits were unopened in evidence lockers in LA City and LA County. But joining us to discuss legislation he has authored that would require the timely processing and reporting of rape kits is Assemblymember Anthony Portantino, who represents the 44th District. Thanks for being with us, sir.
Thank you very much.
When I think this information came out, you know, we didn't know about it. I think some people, there were some rumblings around, you know, the city and the county that we weren't processing these on time. But I don't think anybody had the idea that there was the number. I mean, I even heard a report as high as 13,000, so I'm sort of being judicious in my comments. How sad does it make you that somebody has experienced this, the evidence has been collected, but it's just sitting in an evidence locker?
Well, it's almost like three crimes in one. I mean, there's the heinous physical crime of rape, then there's the extremely uncomfortable
process of
collecting physical data.
Somebody,
yeah,
right.
it's horrible.
Yeah.
And then you think about it, that you've gone through this horrible thing, and then it's going to sit on a shelf, and then you have to know that the perpetrator could be back doing it again or out doing it to somebody else because we're not uncovering the physical evidence, we're not processing it.
And I don't
it's
know
horrible.
for sure, but it is at least reported and believed. There's some pretty statistical information that rapists don't rape just once.
Exactly. And
so
other states that have increased the percentage of rape kits that they process and the timely manner in which they process, their prosecution rates have gone up. Take the bad guy off the street. And it's not an LA County specific problem. This is a statewide problem. And one of our frustrations is some of the counties that have opposed the timely processing of rape kits have the lowest conviction rates in the state.
Really?
It's horrible. Frontline law enforcement, #1 priority is take the bad people off the street.
What seems to be the opposition?
The opposition is resources, but to me that comes down to priorities. You have physical evidence of a crime, process it and get the perpetrator off the street. That's the easy crime to solve. And what the bill does is it says within 30 days of getting the physical evidence you must send it out to a lab, and within 6 months of sending it out to a lab, you must get the results
It must be tested, right. So 30 days it has to be at the collection. Now also within 60 days or 6 months it has to be tested. Okay. And then you go a little bit further too, which is you can take the kit, you can test it, but we need to have some accurate reporting, because how do we know the success rate? How do we know where people are? How do we make sure that the state speaks with one another so that something's not happening in Northern California that isn't discussed in SoCal or you know, inland? So it's not, it's three prongs here is what I sort of
Absolutely,
see.
and we're the computer age. I mean, reporting your progress, reporting how well you're doing with the backlog. Again, that sheds public light on the problem, helps the victims, helps the families, helps everybody understand that we're moving in the right direction.
So how are you being received in regards to this legislation? Because you're sounding like it's iffy.
Well, the Governor Schwarzenegger vetoed it twice.
Under the auspices of?
Well, some of the law enforcement came out and opposed it because they said they couldn't afford to do it. That's not an acceptable excuse as far as I'm concerned. Physical evidence should be a top priority, especially of a heinous crime like this. Other states are doing it, we should do it.
And now what are you hearing in committee?
Well, again, we had a hearing the other day and there was some law enforcement opposition to it. Governor Brown has not taken a position. I'm hopeful that he understands.
I don't mean to be unkind, but what law enforcement has an opposition to it?
Typically it's the Sheriff's Association that has come out and opposed. You know, we're hoping that they
see things differently?
We hope that they see things differently. We hope that they recognize that physical evidence, heinous crime, particular crimes against women, it's the father of 2 daughters. Let's prosecute these people.
Yeah, particularly when you have the evidence.
Right.
All right. So for those of you who'd like to look up this legislation, it's AB 322. You can certainly look up this legislation, read it for yourself. Thank you for watching Charter Local Edition. I'm Tracy Young.